tea don't stop. She don't miss nothing, got the scoop on lock. Spilling all the tea while it's still too hot. Lakeysha Keysha, queen of the plot. Hit that bell cause the tea don't stop. Hit that bell cause the tea don't stop. She don't miss nothing, got the scoop on lock. Spilling all the tea while it's still too hot. Lakeysha Keysha, queen of the plot. Hit that bell cause the tea don't stop. She don't miss nothing, got the scoop on lock. Spilling all the tea while it's still too hot.
Hey guys, how's everybody doing today on this great Sunday? Because I'm just so ready to take a nap. I take naps on Sundays, at least I try. How is everybody doing today? Make sure y'all hit that like button if you have not liked the video. And if you guys are new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe. Okay. Now, if you guys liked my intro song, I'm going to put this information up, screenshot it, reach out to April. She can create you a theme song for your channel, whatever it is you're looking for. I know she is running a special. If you guys can see it on the screen, it says text Keysha Love to 904-554-5447. Y'all could just take a screenshot of it. So that is her information and her social. So if you guys like the theme song, she created that for me. I did not tell her what to do or how to do it. She created it and I liked it. So it just kind of goes to show just how talented she really is. So if you guys are looking to, you know, change the dynamic of your channel and you want to switch some things up, reach out to her. I'm sure she would be able to help you all. And yeah, so let's jump into it. Now, we've been talking about Porsha, so I want to start off with the Remy Ma and the Papoose situation. Now, I remember back a couple of years ago, if I am correct, I know Tasha K had mentioned that there was something going on between them. And I also remember her saying that they had gotten very upset by her exposing what was allegedly going on in their marriage. But listen, I don't know what's going on, but it just seems like it done got crazy now. What we know now is that Remy is messing around with some guy called Easy, the block captain. Hopefully I'm saying it correctly. Which I guess, you know, if she want to divorce her husband, that's her business. But it just seems like, you know, the way that it's going just seems so crazy and so disrespectful. I mean, because she is married. Now I can understand, you know, she's saying, you know, whatever it was her husband was or wasn't doing, she feel like she want to leave. Now, I'm not, you know, applying my values to her situation, but I feel like, girl, you should have probably, y'all should have communicated it because it's so messy. And I was just like, whew, you don't know, you know, you get in relationships with these people and get married and really don't know who the hell they are. Now, I don't know if y'all saw this, but you probably did. But let's get into it.
In the room by myself. I don't think nothing of it. Next day, same thing. I said, damn, babe, you sleeping in there again? She like, yeah, I'm just staying with such and such, right? I said, all right, cool. Anybody in Bedford Hills, can you please step to the front? So now I'm like, damn, this shit weird. the hell? You feel me? So at this time, I try to be intimate. I'm keeping it 100 with you. I try to be intimate with her. And she came in the bed with me. She hugged and kissed me, the whole thing. And at this time, I'm trying to be intimate with her. When it's time to go down, she slipped out of it. And I'm saying, I'm like, oh, okay. After she do that, she go back to sleep in the room with homegirl this particular night. I said, something is fishy here. I said, I ain't no rocket scientist, but this ain't adding up. You feel me? So I said, damn, something wrong, something ain't right here. So one time I had to go do something. I had to go handle some business. So I go handle business. I come back in the crib. It's a big ass crib. And they got like a long walkway to get to our bedroom. It's like a long walkway. And then on the other side is the other rooms. So I come in the crib. As soon as I walk in, I look down towards our bedroom. I see my daughter in our room by herself. I said, yo, what the heck? Where the hell is she at? So I go up the other side. And when I tell you this is a big crib, so it's a long walkway. I go to the other side, I go in the room. She in the bed. I don't see homegirl though. It's like she booked it or something when I came. But I see a whole plate, peanuts, cashew, all these type of raisins all laid out. But my daughter in the room by herself. So I said, yo, why the baby in the room by herself? I pushed past that. Moving on along. I hate to say this, but you want to know why she started having so much animosity towards me? Because I ended up finding out the truth, y'all. And I'm not saying this because it's a bad thing, but I'm saying this because, and when I say not a bad thing, because I don't judge people who live that lifestyle, but she has done a lot of bashing towards people who live that lifestyle and talk so bad about them and say so many foul things about them that it hurted her so bad that I knew the truth. So on another day, I caught her with this individual in our house while my daughter was on the bed with them. Ended up catching it. Now, this individual is a female. So I can't do nothing to her. I don't put my hands on females. Y'all want to know what I did? I told the individual, I said, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't put my hands on her because I'm not gonna do that. I don't hit women. But I told her to get out. I said, get the fuck out. Because I felt very disrespected. I don't remember.
So y'all, it's been the constant back and forth between these two. So I don't know who lying or who telling the truth. And that was just one of, Papoose's renditions. Now, if y'all go to his Instagram, honey, he has did, I want to say 3 different posts on the situation. But one of the things he said is when, Rem came home, I guess somebody that she was in jail with, I guess they was hunching, munching, whatever they call it. But I mean, it gets even crazier because Remy, she done came out and she has said so many things. And I'm just like, wait a minute, what's really going on? And people been in the comments like, he was there for you when you were, when you was in jail. But I'm just like, we don't really know what goes on with these people. But just watching this, I'm like, this shit is crazy because you be thinking that these people are in healthy relationships and all alone they act like they don't even like each other. Now, Remy has posted a lot. Now with him, I think he did 3. And what you're seeing on like the Shade Room and all those other blogs is they're actually chopping it up. But she said a lot. Let's just get into like one thing she said. We not gonna watch every single thing that she said because she said a lot.
Go to Africa. It was pills. How do I know? Because the text came to my phone because he's still on my health insurance. He just didn't want you to go. That's all. So he could sit over there and call me every day about how being here just makes me think about everything. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. Not yesterday. I was laid up yesterday. Was I not laid up? Were we not laid up? Oh. What? Ew. Ew. I don't even like the cologne you wear. It's gross. Ew. Promise you. By the way, my stepson called me. Want me to put him on my live? I'll put him on my live and let him go. I'll let him go. Mr. Great Dad, Mr. Great Husband. I will add him to my live and let him go on you. He told me thank you. I felt bad after because I didn't even realize that. Like, oh shit, I could have just possibly put him in and said thank you. Thank you, Remy.
Y'all know what? I don't even want to watch that anymore. I just thought that just imagine being married to somebody, and I'm just like, what in the hell is going on to the fact that you are involving the kids? I just thought that was so crazy. And this is a woman that is married, that's on live talking about how she was laid up. I'm just like, where is the respect? It's just like you wonder, like when they were in the relationship, did y'all really like each other? Because even to the point that you be like, okay, I'm leaving. If she said, I'm not happy with him and whatever, why you just won't divorce and leave? But all of that, I don't like your cologne. And let me just tell y'all something. The man she with, he don't want her, because let me just tell you something. Any man with any sense is not going to involve himself with a back and forth with a married lady. The fact that he wants to be seen with her, knowing that her husband said that he didn't really know about this guy. I'm just like, I promise probably at the end of this, he's going to do something to her. I don't know what it is, but it seems like this new dude is out for clout. And is it just me, or do Remy seem like she high or something? Like, why it seem like she acting so weird and out of character? I mean, I don't really follow her like that. I could be wrong, but she seemed like she's a little bit out of touch. It just seems like she's just really, really out of touch. I'm so like as usual. Yeah, so I don't know. Something ain't jiving with Remy. Like I said, I could be wrong, but it just seemed like, something is going on here, because I don't know the way that she's talking. Do y'all think it's her because she lost weight? What is it? Well, somebody said he already cheated on her. Well, let's talk about it. Well, so let's say he did when she was in jail. I don't know what their relationship was. I don't think they got married till she got out. I don't know if a person goes to jail, is the other person that's free, are they supposed to wait on the person? Is that really cheating? I don't know. So I don't know. I have no idea. I mean, listen, if I was in jail and I had somebody, I wouldn't be like, wait for me. Like I think that's nonsense to think somebody gonna wait for you while you in jail. Remy may be telling the truth, but she's doing all this exposing because she's hurt. She thought he would. Yes, and that's what I think too, Tiffany. I think, which is crazy, because why would you want to walk all over somebody? Like, it's not cheap. That's what I was saying, Smart Cookie. I mean, they didn't get married until after she got out. And I kind of feel like that maybe she's kind of bringing all of this up to justify her behavior, because if you felt like he cheated on you, girl, why you marry him? I'm just saying, like, you are talking about stuff that occurred before you got married. It just seems so messy. I mean, she's talking about how broke he was. And I'm just like, girl, if he was so broke, why you marry him? Like, I don't know. It seems crazy. It just seems crazy. It seems crazy. Girl, shut up. You about to get the hell up out my chat. Just don't tell me what to do. Okay, let's go on to Jenn. And you know what? Let me just say this. All of you hurt women, get the fuck off my channel. If y'all hurt, y'all broken because some man done did something, y'all get the fuck out of here. Because I don't like y'all. Go get y'all some therapy. I am not a person that bash men. If that's what y'all think, get the fuck off my channel. Okay, I don't take women's side because you are a woman. So if you don't like it, ho, leave. Okay? Fuck out of here. All you hurt hoes in the chat. Every time it's something about men, y'all feel like somebody's supposed to take y'all side. Women are hoes just like men. And if you don't like it, leave, okay? Fuck out of here. Getting on my damn nerves. Bitter ass hoes. Always the bitter hoes. Y'all think every time it's a man that the woman is so right. No, women do messed up stuff just like men. If you don't like it, then go fix your whatever you trying to use, whatever some dude done did to you. Exactly. I got sons and my sons ain't low down and dirty. Shit. Y'all want people to drag a man all the time because, oh, I'm supposed to be team woman. No, leave. This is not the channel for that. We don't just sit here and drag men. No, not over here. The fact of the matter is they probably both did something wrong. But what I'm saying is, even if he was cheating, y'all got to, I mean, let's just be honest. Did he cheat before they were married? But again, if she felt like he cheated on her, if you forgave him and you married him, I'm just simply saying, why bring it up? Because you married him. So if you felt like he cheated on you, it seemed like y'all would have discussed it at that time. So that's simply what I'm saying. So to say he cheated on you when you was in jail, girl, you married him. I would have thought that y'all would have dealt with that then. But the fact of the matter is that you are openly with a man that's not your husband. That look crazy. Like, and I get it. You saying, you know, she's saying she doesn't want to be with her husband. I think the rightful thing you should have told your husband is, I'm leaving. You know, I don't want to be with you no more, because at least you don't have to be sneaking around or whatever. That's all I'm saying. I mean, that's just all I'm saying. If I'm married to somebody, I'm just gonna tell them I'm leaving, or you know, that's too much. And to me, she just looked like a narcissist. I don't know if she is. I'm just saying it really looked like a narcissist to me. Now, the fact that the man is broke, maybe he is broke. Maybe she at some point said, you know, I'm tired of paying for everything. Hey, we'll say that and be like, look, I don't want to be with you no more. But I'm just saying, coming up with some shit talking about you cheated on me when I was in jail, and not only did you marry him when you got out of jail, you had a baby. So it's just like, girl, then why did you? I don't know. Y'all let me know. It seems crazy. On to the next. Jennifer and Evelyn. What in the hell is going on between Jennifer and Evelyn? I had to 𝐾𝐨𝐺 because I'm sick of them. They come in the chat. Somebody actually had the nerves to tell me, "Oh, you not pro woman." No, bitch, I'm not pro women. I have a daughter and I have 2 sons. So I like men and women. I'm not pro women or pro woman. I am pro right. Just like I'm not team Cassie either, because she lying too. Some of her story ain't adding up. Does that justify that I feel like Diddy should have put his hands on her? Absolutely not. Now, he needs to go to prison for putting his hands on that woman. Now, did he do all of what she said? I don't believe it. So if you don't like it, leave. I'm getting sick of these folks. So back to Jennifer and Evelyn. Now, I don't know if y'all saw this, but we about to get into it because we've been talking about Jennifer and Evelyn, okay? But we're going to get into this interview that Evelyn did, because Evelyn doesn't have a storyline. She don't have a storyline, and she needs to just own not having a damn storyline. Because at this point, I don't give a damn who Jennifer marries. I really don't. And neither should she. Let's get into it.
Friendship with Jenn get to this place that it is today, Evelyn?
So it got to this place because of our reunion. So we had a reunion and they aired a hot mic moment of me having an opinion about her now current relationship. Mind you, all the season right before that, I was telling all the girls, the producers, I was like, I don't want to discuss her relationship. You know, she had just got with him, and listen, if she likes it, I love it. If she's happy, then great. But of course, because we've had such a relationship, we had an on and off relationship for over 20 years, they wanted my opinion out of anybody's. So then they aired this hot mic moment where I basically was saying that, you know, I was concerned for her and I didn't think she had street smarts and this whole thing, because I was starting to feel like this guy's running circles around her. And I reached out to her right after the reunion, which I posted those messages because I never wanted this to be on the show. I feel like my relationship with her, I mean, it's been over 20 years. Like, we could have a conversation privately. So I text her. I was like, hey, I know that was probably hard to hear. I love you. Call me. She never did. And then we're now shooting the show again. And we can't just skip what happened at the reunion. We got to continue the story as to where we're at. And then we started there, and obviously it didn't go well.
No, it has not been going well. At this point, you've exchanged words with Jennifer, of course. Her her husband has spoken out, and even his aunt. So Christian is his name. And today I saw his aunt went live and addressed you. She was ready to pull up. Have you seen this?
No, I don't really know who these people are, to be honest. It's just my friends, or my ex-friend is Jennifer.
Yeah.
You know, like, that's my castmate, ex-friend, whatever you want to call it. All of these other people, I have no idea who they are, and I never respond to them because I don't know who you are. So, you know, I don't get paid a check to argue with any of you guys, and I don't care either. Yeah.
Absolutely. Now the live has been posted everywhere, so I do want to give you a chance to respond to this part because I thought it was wild. She made mention that you and your daughter have both slept with the game. You might know him as @𝐿, but is that true?
That is absolutely not true, and I think it's disgusting. You know, I think it's really, at the end of the day, that's my grandson's father. Like, we have a cool little private family unit, and for anyone to say something like that just to try to deflect what's really happening is it's nasty work. But it's okay, you know. I mean, people are going to say what they're going to say, you know, but yeah.
But just to be clear, that is not true, so we can put that out there.
Please,
and I know
Lord.
they mentioned we putting it out there. The roomies are tapped in.
Yeah, they watch.
They watch it. Roomies drop their questions for the queen in the comments too.
Listen, I'll
but
tell
Evelyn,
you this, I'm not innocent, but I'm not that. Like, that is just, that's wild. And I don't want to give it too much attention because I'm sure she's over there rubbing her nipples and excited about this. But yeah, we could just we could just leave that lady where she's at. It's giving weird.
It's a lot happening, but we saw you post. You know, you don't, Evelyn, one thing about you over the years, you gonna clap back. You probably gonna clap first. And you came out with Christian's baby mama speaking out. You also posted some court documents. You know, what was the reason behind all of that for you?
So the reason behind it was, this was on Monday morning. So Monday morning, long story short, I'm about to film my podcast, Drop the Low. I'm getting ready to go to Home Goods out of all places. And I get a screenshot and I'm just like, oh, so I'm looking at the screenshot, and Jennifer posted a message to my ex fiance that I met on Queen's Court. And then she hashtag dodged the bullet. Mind you, the show hadn't even aired. This was in the morning. So I'm like, why are you fucking with me? You know, this man just got engaged. You know, he's minding his own business with his fiance. Like, I just thought it was nasty to put these two people into something that they have nothing to do with. They're not on Basketball Wives. He's just getting engaged to someone else. Like, I just thought it was disgusting. And I thought that it just really pissed me off. Because I mean, I know him and he's a good person. And I didn't think that he deserved to be in the middle of all of this chaos. For what? So I was like, okay, well, let's talk about exes then. And then that's what happened.
And is it true that her husband may owe somebody that you know money?
Listen, I couldn't even make this up during shooting. I said, Lord, why me? You know, I don't even want to talk about this situation. You know, I want to talk about it. I'm like dodging it, but whatever. Carl's cousin, Kiki, she's probably watching because she's been very vocal. Yeah, another Kiki. So she reaches out to my sister and she's like, hey, if your sister's planning to invest money or do anything with Jennifer's significant other, tell her not to do it. So I'm like, wait a minute, what's happening? So I had a conversation with her. And then my first scene that I filmed with Jennifer, I'm basically telling her, I'm like, Carl's cousin is one of these alleged victims, you know? And one thing I felt like I wanted Jennifer to like listen to what I was saying because I really feel like she's in danger, you know? And I'm like, I got the FBI's number. I can give it to you. You can call, you can ask questions. Save yourself, you know? Because if it were me, if somebody was saying this about the person that I'm with, I would be like, okay, maybe I should look into this a little bit, you know? Maybe I should, but she did it and she got upset and then it ended up an argument, but it was all from a place of take a look at what's happening and just ask questions. And she didn't.
Wow. And now here we are. You guys have, you know, fought in the past and made up, and we've seen it over the years on the show. Do you think that from this situation, you all will be able to heal at one point and move past it?
Damn.
No, I feel like this is, I say this, we are in two totally different places in our lives. You know, I'm going to Home Goods. I'm with my family. I'm with my kids. I'm with my grandson. This is what matters to me, you know, and who we were 15 years ago running around in Miami filming Basketball Wives, we're two totally different people. And I feel like that's okay. But also to see how she's handled this situation, the nasty things that she said, my grandson being brought into some of this chaos with her people, I just don't like it, you know, and I feel like it's gone too far and I wish you the best. And that's that, you know, but as far as a friendship, that's a wrap.
How did your friendship with Jenn get to this place that it is today, Evelyn?
So it got to this place because of our reunion. So we had a reunion and they aired a hot mic moment of me having an opinion about her now current relationship. Mind you, all the season right before that, I was telling all the girls, the producers, I was like, I don't want to discuss her relationship. You know, she had just got with him. And listen, if she likes it, I love it. If she's happy, then great. But of course, because we've had such a relationship, we had an on and off relationship for over 20 years, they wanted my opinion out of anybody's. So then they aired this hot mic moment where I basically was saying that, you know, I was concerned for her and I didn't think she had street smarts and this whole thing because I was starting to feel like this guy's running circles around her. And I reached out to her right after the reunion, which I posted those messages because I never wanted this to be on the show. I feel like my relationship with her, I mean, it's been over 20 years. Like we could have a conversation privately. So I text her. I was like, hey, I know that was probably hard to hear. I love you. Call me. She never did. And then we're now shooting the show again. And we can't just skip what happened at the reunion. We got to continue the story as to where we're at. And then we started there and obviously it didn't go well.
No, it has not been going well. At this point, you've exchanged words with Jennifer, of course. Her fiance or her husband has spoken out, and even his aunt. So Christian is his name. And today,
okay, guys. So Evelyn, here's my deal. I feel like what Evelyn's saying is valid. But have y'all ever heard that phrase? It's not what you say. I mean, Evelyn, we don't want to hear shit from you, period. And second of all, Evelyn, you don't have a storyline. So it really seems like you are using something that is, I mean, it do seem serious with Jennifer in this, you know, her husband or her alleged husband. They said that they're not really married. But the point of the issue is you and Jennifer are not close like that. So she's not going to receive anything from you for the simple fact you are steady beating at her and somebody that now, you know, she didn't marry. So you saying that you are trying to help her, stop lying. You're not trying to help her. And furthermore, Evelyn says she doesn't, or wait a minute. When asked, what was the question? How did your friendship with Jennifer get to this? Evelyn says, oh, well, our friendship got to this because we left off y'all wasn't even cool last damn season. Y'all were tolerating each other. But hey, listen, let's get into this. I mean, because it's multiple instances as to why her and Evelyn are not really friends, but we cannot forget that epic moment when when Evelyn ran across the table and tried to fight her own friend. And let's not forget this.
You whack as you were like my daughter's aunt. You she felt. Do you know how she felt when she got?
Okay. That's all of that we need to share. So it's been so many instances, Evelyn, as to why y'all are not cool. The fact that Evelyn was caught on the mic saying whatever she was saying about Jennifer, that's not the reason that they're not friends. They had not been friends really since Evelyn ran across the table. Then the one clip that I showed where she was trying to throw water on her, you didn't respect that girl. You were a bully. You felt like you can beat her up. And you just not a good friend. Now, I believe Evelyn has valid points, but again, Jennifer is not going to hear anything from Evelyn. And then Evelyn always makes herself a victim because she goes into saying somebody's talking about her grandson. Someone saying your daughter's father, got stuff on his record too, is not talking about the grandson. So stop making up lies. She never said anything specifically about the child. Saying that the game has a record like her husband. I mean, they may not have the similar thing, but she didn't say anything about the grandson. So saying that is just not correct. So me listening to Evelyn is like womp, 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 because I feel like Evelyn will do anything for money. And I feel like Jennifer is an easy target. Do y'all remember how Evelyn acted with Tammy? She couldn't go up against Tammy because Tammy ate her ass up. She couldn't take a minute of OG. Oh my gosh. So in order for her to be on the show, OG had to leave because she couldn't stand OG because she couldn't stand to OG. OG wasn't nothing to play with. So Jennifer is an easy target because she can pick with Jennifer. She don't have to, she doesn't have to be scared about anything. She can say what she want to say. She can throw water in Jennifer's face. She can jump up in Jennifer's face. She can't do that with Tammy. She can't do that with Evelyn. I'm sorry, she can't do that with OG. And that's why you see those two ladies are just not on the show because frankly, they don't want to be on the show because they don't want to deal with Evelyn. And have y'all noticed though how women on the show kind of dance around her? It's like they don't want to get into a confrontation with her. Even if you watch, I don't know if you guys are watching Basketball Wives, but if you kind of see how Brandy is moving, Brandy acts like she's afraid. She acts like she can't have a problem with Evelyn, which I don't understand. How is Brandy and Evelyn such great friends when last season she was talking about Brandy's husband? So y'all kind of see how this goes. They act like they are afraid to have a problem with Evelyn. OG and Tammy were the only two women that stood up to her. And that's just my take on it. I just feel like a lot of the other women seem as if they are afraid of Evelyn, and I just don't like it. And that's why I don't really watch the show like that because it's just like, somebody said Pat's supposed to have a net worth. I don't believe that he's broke. I was just kind of going over what Remy said. Now, y'all, we are not going to leave without talking about Porsha. And see, I can bring the document up here now because I was able to put my watermark on it. So if y'all want to take a picture of it, go right ahead. Now, this is the document that I was talking about yesterday. Now, what I said yesterday is Porsha doesn't want to go to court. And some of y'all was like, yeah, she doesn't want to go to court because she doesn't want to face Simon. And that could, that could very well be true. She doesn't want to face Simon. I don't know. But the what is in the court documents is that she doesn't want to go to court because she's saying she has this obligation in another country. And folks saying that Porsha is lying. And more than likely, she has a date, probably with that Nigerian president that they're saying that, that she's messing around with. So she doesn't want to go to court. She wants to appear via Zoom. But the ultimate thing that's happening here, and let me just see if I can go to that page. Let me see. I'm going to have to make it bigger, y'all. Let me go to that page. So this is just page 1. But if I go to, let's see. Let's see which page it's on. Maybe it's on page 3. Okay, here we go. So this is the page right here. And like I said, y'all can screenshot it, but on this particular page, and this is what we were talking about with regards to the mortgage payment. On this page here, and it says it, what line? Let me see if I can see it here. So here, her attorney is asking the court to allow Porsha to appear via Zoom or, conference or whatever. And the reason that they're asking for this, because they are saying that, let me find it for y'all so y'all can read it. Okay, we can start reading up here. It says that Porsha is a well-known reality television personality, and she has a career in which last-minute travel and unexpected opportunities frequently arise. Wife shows that this employment opportunity would help wife offset the numerous financial obligations that husband has, right here, y'all, failed to maintain under the temporary order, as well as offset the significant legal expenses wife has already incurred in pursuing enforcement of the parties' prenuptial agreement. So that just says that Simon is supposed to pay for the mortgage, the house, the lights, the gas, all of that. What this document is saying is he ain't paying it. And like I told y'all yesterday, I ain't mad, because if I was Simon, I would have been stopped paying for the shit, because I wouldn't pay for no woman or man to live in my house, and I got my own set of kids, and I gotta find what is it, an Airbnb or hotel or whatever. So this document is saying that he ain't paying the mortgage payment. But y'all know what else I found? Somebody sent me a clip of this week's episode of Real Housewives of Atlanta. Y'all probably saw it, because guess what Porsha gonna be doing? Looking for a house. Isn't that crazy? Why is Porsha looking for a house? Why y'all think she looking for one? Because Simon ain't paying. He's not paying. See, Porsha's, what she thought was going to happen, it went wrong. And she should have probably, now I don't know if this is true, but word on the street is that Porsha, as well as her mama, has something to do with that man getting locked up. Now, I'm not saying he didn't already have his stuff going on, but from what I've been told, the ICE was called on him. That's what I heard. So I think maybe Porsha thought by him going there that possibly she will be able to keep the house. Now, the problem is you can't keep the house if he don't make the mortgage payments, because it doesn't matter what the judge says with regards to the order. If the mortgage ain't paid, they are taking the house. Now, this specific order that Porsha's lawyer filed is pretty much saying, Judge, please let Porsha appear via Zoom, because at this point, she doesn't have any financial means to be able to take care of the mortgage payment and everything that goes with this property. That is pretty much what it says. I mean, it says it right here. Wife is a well-known television personality. She has a career in which last-minute travel and unexpected opportunities frequently arise. It says that what her attorney is saying is that with this particular opportunity that she supposedly have in another country, it can help her pretty much make payments, because this order is saying that the current order that they have, it ain't being paid. So Porsha gots to go, okay? So yeah, Porsha has to go. The mortgage is not being paid. This document says it right here. Simon ain't paying. The people done told me that Simon ain't paying, and he over the house and don't even give a damn if it goes into foreclosure. At this point, he's like, I'm done. I mean, think about it. If somebody had me damn arrested and I'm in jail, the last thing I'm thinking about is paying for a mortgage of a house that they live in, okay? Because hey, Lily, because, you know, she can get Dennis, her baby daddy, to get her and her daughter a house, as far as I'm concerned. Because Simon is like, I'm not paying it. What y'all talking about in the chat? What y'all saying? She said she would not be living in home and can't afford the mortgage on the episode. Well, she can't afford it. I mean, let me bring it up again. I mean, I'm just reading to you what it says. I mean, you want me to go back to it? Well, let's go back to it then, ma'am, because this is what the paperwork said. Now you saying they lying in court with the documents? Because it says right here. Wife is a well-known reality television personality, a career in which lasts minute travel and unexpected opportunities frequently arise. Wife shows that this employment opportunity would help offset the numerous financial obligations that the husband has failed to pay. And also, if she could pay it, why the hell won't she do that? Because her lawyer said in another filing that she didn't even know who the mortgage company was. So if she had been paying a mortgage payment, she would know who the mortgage company is. So I don't care what lies Porsha tell. Do you really think she gonna tell you that she ain't paying her mortgage? She don't know you. She ain't finna tell you nothing. She gonna sit over there on YouTube and continue to tell lies like she been doing. Porsha is a bird brain. The documents say here that she doesn't even know who the mortgage company is. So how can she pay a mortgage that she don't even know how much the mortgage is or where to send the payment to? I mean, we don't gotta speculate. We just look up the documents, and that's what it says. So, I mean, it is what it is. I don't expect her to say anything. I mean, do y'all really think that these people gonna tell y'all their business? I mean, if they would, then we wouldn't have a job. We would be doing something else. So Porsha, and like I said, in this up, let me see if I can find it because somebody sent it to me. There is a let's see if I can find it. There is a new episode that's coming up in which she's going to be looking for a house. Now, somebody sent it to me. Let me see if I can find it. Which y'all is they dragging her about that because y'all like, girl, you can't afford that house. You're trying to be like Shamea. Let me see if I can find it. Okay, let me see. Here it is. Okay, so this is what y'all gonna see in the upcoming episode here. Porsha is going to be looking for a house that she simply can't afford. Let me show y'all. So y'all gonna see this. So I mean, I can only show a quick, I can't really show the whole thing, but let me see if I can show it again. So that is what you guys are going to see in the upcoming episode. Let me see if I can show it again. Let's see here. Okay, so that's the house that she gonna pretend that she can afford. A 7-bedroom house. Girl, whatever. So she's going to be looking at another house, y'all. That she can't afford because, I mean, let's just be honest. Get something that you can afford. She needs to move back to her old house. Move back to her own house or get one that you can afford. Saying that you can afford a $5 million house, girl, you ain't even making $1 million. Like, that doesn't even make sense. Stop trying to. I think what Porsha needs to focus on is stop trying to outdo somebody else or try to be at a level of Shamea and her husband. Shamea has a husband and then she has herself. You got 2 incomes. Stop trying to be them. Just do you in something that you can afford. That's just too much. It just seems like she's, now that I can, I've had the opportunity to kind of get to see Shamea a lot better. It makes sense now, everything that Porsha has done. It seems to, mimic Shamea's life. Right. The thing about it is she ain't paying it. I mean, it says it right here. I mean, you say it right here. It says that Simon is not paying. Now, if Porsha was paying, it would clearly say Porsha is paying. The reason why I know she's not paying, because in another document, I don't have it right now, but there's another document where it says that Porsha doesn't even know who the mortgage company is. Now, we don't got to be, you know, super smart, but if she doesn't know who the mortgage company is, then how does she pay it? That wouldn't make any sense. Make sure y'all hitting the like button, and make sure y'all sharing the video. Yeah, she's not paying the mortgage. I mean, it's kind of simple. So she is going to hopefully be moving, because it don't make sense for the sheriff to come in there and start putting your shit out. That's kind of dumb. And then it'll be public knowledge. So I'm just like not understanding, why would you even go through the public humiliation? So, and the thing about it is, you don't win when you try to play dirty. I would have just let, you know, everything play out the way that it was going to play out. But what she wants to do is outsmart him, which is like, girl, do you really think somebody is going to buy a house, be married to you for 2 weeks, and just give you their house? Nobody is that dumb. Like, girl, you said Shamea seems to want Porsha's life. What does she want? What is it? Shauna, why would Shamea want Porsha's life? I'm confused. Why would Shamea want to subtract from her life to get Porsha's life? You want to come up and kind of explain it? Because I'm confused. I just don't understand, what would Shamea want a Porsha's life when her life is so much better? I mean, she has a husband that actually loves her and wants to be with her. Porsha is barely in a house, and she's gonna have to get out of it. So I mean, I don't get that one, but I guess you're entitled to your opinion, but I just don't see it. And hello, everybody in the chat, if I didn't say hello already. But yeah, I don't see that. You know, I don't know. Everybody have their own opinion. I mean, generally, when you find somebody, you know, wanting to, you know, have somebody else's life, is because that person may have more. But, you know, Porsha doesn't have anything that Shamea already don't have. In fact, I would say it's the opposite. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all think Shamea want to be like Porsha. Put a 2 in the chat if you think Porsha want to be like Shamea. 2 if you think Porsha want to be like Shamea. 1 if you think Shamea want to be like Porsha. That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't be able to say that. Porsha, yes, I have to agree. Porsha is definitely a struggle housewife. Like, Shamea is everything that the housewives, you know, this is what the show was created for. So I don't think that. I really don't. I don't think that, but I can say this. I don't know if y'all had the opportunity to watch Carlos King's interview with Drew. What I can, though, say about Shamea is Shamea does seem like she's really scared of Porsha. I don't know why. And I'm going to tell you the reason why I feel like she's afraid is because Drew, in her interview with Carlos King, Drew actually said that Shamea had a conversation with them. And now it's making sense why everybody is asking, you know, and saying that Porsha is not a good friend, because they're saying that Shamea shared with them about things that she was not happy with about Porsha. And she also, Drew also said that Shamea wanted to, you know, make sure that she was kind of talking about some of the stuff that people had been saying. So I guess Shamea did actually have a conversation with them about Porsha, which is kind of crazy, because when we see Shamea on the show, she's not owning it. She's basically saying that people were asking, and I just don't understand what that's all about. She seems to be totally afraid of Porsha, and I don't know why. So, but I also feel like between Shamea and Porsha, I don't feel like they are friends. I think that they're very familiar with each other, but I don't think they're friends like that, because a friend would allow you to express yourself and not have an issue with it. But the fact that Shamea had to mention it to the other girls and not really, you know, have a conversation with Porsha is, you know, it just lets you know what kind of friendship they really have. Queen Lily, even before Housewives, Shamea is overrunning the entertainment for the Hawks. Yeah, Yeah, keep it real. She's the person why Porsha sits in the hardwood at the Hawks games. Right. Right. Yeah. You see Shamea just not happy with her life. She likes the entertainment life. Um, I don't well when Shauna, you said Shamea's not happy with her life. I mean, I think we all, get to some times where, we may not be happy with certain things, but I mean, think about it. Shamea just went through a lot. Remember her daughter was born early, which that her daughter has some health issues. Shamea was pregnant. She said that, she lost the baby. So there had been some times that she wasn't happy, but I wouldn't say that she's not happy like that. But I don't know. You say she's not happy? Shamea's life isn't what she. Somebody else said Shamea's life isn't what she wanted. Can y'all what y'all talking about? I want to know more. I don't know. I mean, y'all say y'all don't think she okay. I'm about to put if anybody want to come on up because I don't know. What y'all look, if y'all want to come up, because I don't know. I don't know. I mean, Shamea looks fine to me. I mean, I just feel like she seems like she's afraid of Porsha, and I don't get that. I don't understand that. She just seems like she's super afraid of Porsha, and it's kind of crazy because they grew up together. So, you would think that these people need to do their homework on Queen Shamea. Shamea always had her huge house while being a friend. Porsha Destiny swamped with Fallon just to get that $7 million with Simon. Yeah, I don't know. Right. Yeah. I listen, so let me kind of tell y'all how I am. I'm really not team anybody. I like to hear the facts of all the stories, and then I like to take it from there. So when I say I'm not team Cassie, I'm not team Diddy either for putting his hands on people now, but I just don't feel like what he's done should constitute him going to prison forever. Now people gonna say, oh, she was traumatized. People get traumatized and they rob banks. They go out and break the law, but unfortunately they still go to prison. So saying that somebody is so traumatized, I get it, but I don't believe that when you come on the stand and say the people ask you, did you want to do it? And you say no, but then you say you did it to make him happy. Girl, you can't put this man in jail for the rest of his life because you didn't want to do it, but you did it to make him happy. That seemed bitter to me. I just feel like if Diddy wanted her back, I feel like it would be different. I just really feel like she really liked him. That's just what I feel like. I mean, I think it's weird. I don't think he should put his hands on her. Think that's totally wrong, but I don't feel like he needs to go to jail for the rest of his life. And that's the part where I just be like, I don't know about Cassie. We're about to add somebody to the stage. Hey, how you doing?
Hey, Lakeysha.
Hi. Now, what you put in the chat? You
Okay,
put
so I said that I think that Shamea isn't exactly happy with her life
okay,
because this is what I think. Okay, you already broke down that the mothers knew each other, right? So I
right.
think there has been a secret competition going on. I think the girls were not trying to make it one, but I think the mothers or maybe Miss Diane allegedly made it one. And here's the reason why. So Porsha, Shamea got a new face. That is not what Shamea used to look like before she didn't have money. If y'all go back to the old clips, Shamea has done something. I don't know if it's adding fillers, and we know Portia's done it too. And if I had money, we would all do it. Why not? So I believe that Porsha was more aesthetically pleasing to what, society or what most men find beautiful, right? And Shamea, you and I were in our 40s, and back in the day, you know, the darker you were, that was not okay. So I believe that Shamea has had some type of just a teeny weeny bit of self-esteem issues. And then when Porsha got married first to a football player, and she still wasn't married, because remember, Shamea didn't get married until later in life, like in her 30s. So I think that she was secretly in competition with Porsha. She was trying to be, supportive, but I think she was probably feeling like a lot of people do. Oh, why is she getting everything before I am? And then when Porsha, was getting the things that she wanted, and then when she finally got it, I just think that there's still some, one thing that Porsha got that she didn't get. So Porsha got the husband, then she got the opportunity to be on the TV show. And it was just seemed like it was just really happening for Porsha, and it wasn't happening to her. She was just in Porsha's shadow. So I feel like she wanted to be that main character, and she didn't have that main character. So since she didn't have that, I think that she probably is jealous of Porsha a little bit. I personally would not have went on this show if my friend was on there first. I would let my friend have her moment, and I just would have done something else. And that's what I got to say about why I think that Shamea may be just a little bit jealous of Porsha.
I'm gonna speak, Queen. Is that okay?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Shamea is career oriented. She didn't hop to get married like Porsha because she had a brain. Some people don't just hop up and get married because that's the thing to do so they can have a place to live and live off somebody's money. Shamea always had her own career. And anything Shamea did, like for instance, Shamea was already in music groups signed to a record label. Do your homework, people. Also, Shamea was doing movies. I know because I do it. So when y'all speaking, saying she fell up behind Porsha, no, Porsha wanted to do music because who was doing it? Shamea. Shamea always, she was a Atlanta Falcons cheerleader. Will y'all do your homework, please? Then she was a Hawks cheerleader. Now she's running those cheerleaders down at the Atlanta Hawks. I sit in the Hardwood Club, so I know what I'm talking about. How did Porsha and Simon get in the Hardwood Club? Shamea. Y'all need to do y'all homework. Catch up, children, because the queen is speaking. When y'all speaking on Shamea, speak on her name with some respect. Yes, she got some goof off ways. Yes, she does. I will say that. But when y'all speaking on her, y'all not telling the truth. While Porsche was out there booty bopping, doing videos, Shamea was doing music signed to record labels, doing movies. Yes, real movies that you've seen on your screen. You may not have realized it was her. And she got an education. Porsha don't have that. Porsha always had to get a man to get to where she is. Now, Shamea has been married before, but she was career-oriented first. When you see Porsha at them house games and she sung at the house game with Shamea, that's Shamea's connection. Porsha didn't have it on her own, and she wouldn't have it on her own. When I tell you Shamea got such good connections with these rich white people over at the house game, put some respect on her name. Yes, she can be a goofball on that TV show. I watch it too. Some of the things she has done, I'm very disappointed in her, especially when she sat down with Ralph, Drew's husband. Then she gonna post something about Drew's music. Don't play in my face. Shamea playing people's faces. I would say that about her. But honey, she don't need Porsha to be fabulous.
Right.
Yes, she may have some bad wardrobe, but it be name brand, and she been like that since she's been. Shamea had name brand before Porsha. Porsha was selling knockoff Louis Vuitton and Gucci at the strip club. Do your homework. Put some respect on her name. Now, I don't like a lot of stuff she does, and she ain't my favorite no more, but I ain't gonna let y'all sit up on this on Queen Keysha's YouTube channel and lie on that girl. No. Shamea been that girl. Y'all don't know stuff about her. Porsha was bopping around with R. Kelly. Shamea was working. Porsha been bopping around alleged on Future. Shamea been working. I've been to all the things she go to. When they did the house did a cook-off, and they cooked for us. Shamea was there with them. She's over. Y'all don't know nothing about that girl, and y'all talking smack on her. She's been in the spotlight before Porsha got in the spotlight. When Porsha got on the Housewives, did y'all not know that Cordell and her had separated, but they pretended for the show so she could get on the show? Porsha was living in a hotel. She had lost everything. Even though during the show, her mom and her, and I'm not bashing them about this because this can happen to anybody. And God forgive me for talking about this because I don't like to talk about people in their hardship. While she was on the show, they lost their home. And yes, God blessed her. Well, the thing is, she was messing with people's husbands then. So I don't know if I'm gonna say God blessed her. But anyway, she ended up getting better cars and ended up getting that beautiful home that her mom is living in now. Porsha can go back and live in that house. It's more than one bedroom. Why won't she go live back in the house? No, she wanted to compete with Shamea. Porsha went over to Fallon's house. Let me tell you something about voodoo. Destiny swapping is real. She went over to Fallon's house, saw what Fallon had, and wanted it. She borrowed her clothes. Voodoo, witchcraft. And then she destiny swapped with her. And I guarantee she don't thought about destiny swapping with Shamea. Do your homework. Look up destiny swapping. A lot of your friends be doing it to you and you don't even know it. Your family members will do it to you. People look at you and smile in your face, and the whole time they working behind your back to take what you have. That's who Porsha Williams is. She been that way, not before, not just on, not it was way before TV. With Cordell Stewart, she was doing stuff. Y'all just don't know about it because you don't live in Atlanta. That girl been doing stuff. Simon ain't lying about the stuff he putting down on social media.
Yes, that's true.
Ho, 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 and the Merry Christmas don't change. They come every year. Y'all have a good day.
Okay,
Bye.
bye, Lily. I am so sorry. Pinky B, I gotta figure it out. I accidentally blocked your comments. I was trying to block somebody else. I gotta figure out how to fix it. My apologies. I'm so sorry.
Well, Porsha might be all that, Queen just said, but just because you talk loud don't mean that nobody's no child now. We're all respecting each other. I'm giving my opinion just like everyone else has an opinion. Shamea was not sought after like Porsha was. Porsha had some type of main character it factor to her, and then they started to see Shamea's later. Now, like I said, if my friend, my good girlfriend, if I knew this is what she wanted, I'm not gonna go after what my friend wants without her blessing, without her approval. Yes, we all say it's enough room, but some people just don't feel like that. And obviously, Porsha did not feel like that because she would have been pushing for Shamea and encouraging her to be on the show a long time ago. It is what it is. And the truth of the matter is, no matter how much education you have, the men will tell you it's about the way you look. So all of that, all these women
Well, wait a
screaming
minute.
about,
You don't think Shamea is pretty? I think Shamea is beautiful. You
I
don't think?
think that Shamea is pretty, and I think that Shamea has had some work. Do I think Shamea's old face look like her new face? No, I do not. Her old face, her vintage face, I will pull up the pictures if anybody wants to see them. She does not look today like what she looked like in the early 2000s when, or
I don't
she
really
don't
get
look the
that
same.
because they all change their face. So I don't even they all do that, but I think she is beautiful. But another thing I want to let you know too is because I had to find this out. Now, what Lily was saying when she came on here, that is very true. Shamea has been in a music group. She's done a lot of stuff. She just didn't have the Real Housewives of Atlanta platform. So that was the difference between her and Porsha. Porsha got to get the big platform, but Shamea had a name for herself because Shamea's mama had a lot of money. So she had a lot of stuff going on. So
And
that
I believe that that is true. But I'm saying Shamea wasn't in no group that worldwide, even
no,
nationwide, that we all know about. She wasn't in the group with Candy and them. She wasn't in no Escape. She wasn't no top artist, even like a Carrie Hilson from Atlanta or in Atlanta. So kill all of that. None of that even matters because Porsha was something, and she's Andy's favorite now. Porsha is Andy's favorite. But Shamea just did not have that. I don't care how many things she did. She was not that main character. She didn't have what it takes
right.
because she would have been there way before Porsha, way before Marlo, any of them. She just did not have it.
You think she didn't have like the main character energy like that?
No, she did not have. That's why she was in Portia's shadow. That's why she kept coming on as a friend, as a friend. The
Hey,
fans wanted Marlo on there. Remember when Marlo was in Nene's shadow at one point and she just kept coming on? But even when Marlo was coming on as a friend, she didn't come off like, oh, well, I can't hold my own without this show. Marlo was like, I'm good or without it. And people were interested in her. They wanted to know more about her. People were not hungry for Shamea like how they were for Marlo. If you can remember the difference in the when they would come on as an appearance.
Gotcha.
hey, Keisha.
All right. Well, thank you. Hi.
Hi, how are you? Can you hear me?
We can hear you. Yeah, we can hear you.
I just wanted to bring a little something to the table
Okay.
because keep in mind that they wanted Shamea on the Housewives, and
Right.
because she was newly married
Right.
and her husband didn't want to sign up for that, that's why she wasn't a main character.
Right.
Please don't get it twisted. In all of them, Porsha, Shamea, both look different as they get older.
Right.
Everyone changes. So
Right.
to have this thing on looks to me is elementary and shallow.
Right.
Shamea has always been beautiful, and it's a difference when you have um, talent in education and career minded
Right.
and not being married to hustle and trying to marry for money to do
Right.
come up. Shamil, even though her husband has money, she has never stopped grinding, and that speaks volumes. At
Right.
the end of the day, I was a Portia's fan, but to see what she has done, not only to Fallon, I'm like, okay, I let that slide, but the amount of dirt that she's done towards Simon. And again, I don't know these people. It's
Right.
what I see. It's what's being stated in court documents. Porsha is not ish.
Mm-mm.
She is a low down girl that's out here for money. And
Right.
again, to try to talk about Shamil when Shamil was doing good things, and Porsha was a video 304.
Yeah, so and I'm in Atlanta, so listen, I know she is because listen, I know people that know her and listen, they say she is, and you know, I'm not really with the, the pity party with Porsha because I'm here. I even know the names of everybody she was messing with. So when she comes on television and she's crying, it's funny to me because allegedly she was cheating on him. She was with not one, two, a bunch of different dudes. Everybody cannot be lying. You know what I mean? They all cannot be lying, saying the same thing. So, Porsha, I used to be team Porsha, but all of this, this stuff she be doing with these men is a little bit too much for me. So I'm just like,
And I'm not up here talking about Shamea. I'm just giving it a perspective from the viewer's perspective.
Well, I'm
This,
a girl, and Shamil is beautiful to me. And again, I have followed all of them. And to talk about looks and opportunity, Shamil has been that young lady. And don't knock her because she decided to wait till she get married to the. I mean, she was married before, but until she got married to her husband, current husband, and she decided to take time to have children. She did things to me that most women want to do. Her career was first, and then she settled down, got married, and decided to have a family. Yes, the opportunity was for her to be on Atlanta Housewives as a friend. But the funny thing about it, who brought her on as a friend? It was Candy, and it wasn't Porsha, her friend. But again, they wanted her as a housewife, but she went on as a friend under Candy. But if her and Porsha wasn't hating on her, and I said it, hating on her, why did she have to come up under Candy versus coming on as Porsha's friend?
and that's one reason why I wouldn't have came on. If this supposed to be my good friend and my good friend don't want me here, why would I come to
But
something? interrupt what she's doing.
But wait a minute, who is Porsha to say that somebody has to give her what she wants in at
Her
the house?
good friend. That's
But
what
wait a
she
minute,
said. If you good
no,
friends with somebody, you don't clip
but
your good.
no, because see, the lifestyle I live as a friend, we bring each other up no matter what. Because my friend doing something, or I'm doing something, I want my friend to do it. No, but you're still forgetting the fact they wanted her as a housewife, not as a friend.
I don't know about all that. I know Porsha was
Uh,
there first. They said they were good friends since they were teenagers or young girls, whatever. And if my friend said she wasn't ready for me to do this or she needed this just for herself, out of respect, I don't do that to my friends. I
well,
don't know what type of friendships other people have, but I would honor whatever my friend was asking of me, you
well,
know.
that goes back to Porsche still a ish, because that's the same thing. Nene was the one that fought for Porsche to come back to do a second season.
Absolutely.
Nene has always been the one who's fought for Porsche. But what did Porsche do when it was her and Nene on what is the thing, the Upshaws or whatever they were doing? And Porsche came back and stated um she didn't want to work with Nene, and they replaced Porsha with Cynthia because she didn't want to work with Nene. That was trying to put a stain on Nene's name, and she was wrong for that.
Yeah, I remember that. And then if y'all remember, at first Portia lied, but then she admitted it. But what she said was, "Oh, I had been going through so much." It don't matter what you was going through. You told them people not to hire her because you really didn't want her to be a part of it. That's just what it looked like to me. And so the thing of it is everybody says this about Portia. Like this is like real stuff. Like I've met so many people that were friends with Portia, and everybody say the same thing, that she's not a nice person, and she's really only concerned with herself. So these people can't be lying. Like these people live right here in Atlanta, and they have worked with her, so they know what type of person she is.
And the thing is, after this I'll drop down. But it's so funny that people want to look at her looks, and it's always because of somebody, the way somebody looks. I'm gonna side with them. Somebody has to be jealous, or somebody has to step on their to step into their lane. Who is Portia? What is her lane? Before Housewives, who was she? A video girl that married Cordell Stewart and was
Right.
in the church, and evidently, her persona of being this churchy girl, and I'm so holier than thou, to change to be one of the biggest H's on the show. Keep it real. She was faking the funk, and I think Shamea has always been Shamea, very outgoing, a go getter. So why would somebody want to follow behind Portia when and my thing is, she don't talk about those uh her not knowing the number of years, the things, just like even the issues with that prenup. I don't even think she was married the right amount of time to file for a divorce and for that prenup to stick. But
This is what Portia look like with that wig off. So I be want to know what people look like with their wig off. So I mean, I ain't saying she ugly, but that wig and that makeup change a person.
I mean, and it does. And again, all of the ladies to me are beautiful. Everybody's beautiful in their own way. But to try to make that a thing, to say that, what is it? Shamea is trying to shine or take her spotlight, and Shamea's trying to be Portia. For what, when Shamea got it going on?
Gotcha. I gotcha. I see Shamea as a very humble person. And I mean, I feel like it's time for her to step out of Portia's shadow, because Shamea is into music. This is her time to shine. Like, she wasn't created to be this, Portia's sidekick. Now, if it was me and I had an opportunity to be on the show that my friend was on, If my friend wouldn't embrace me, then I'm gonna look at it like it's you're just not my friend, because I'm not gonna miss up an opportunity because I feel like if I go on a show, it's gonna jeopardize our relationship. I feel like if I get an opportunity and that jeopardizes our relationship, it just means that we weren't really friends.
Right, because as I stated, who wouldn't want their friend to sit at a table with them if you honestly wanted good behind it? If you really, wasn't envious of who they are, I guess it's no competition. Why can't both of them sit at the same table?
Right. And those are the type of friendships I want. I don't want a type of friendship where I have to minimize who I am to be your friend. If I have to do that, I don't want to be your friend. I want to be able to operate in my true authentic self. And if I got to dumb myself down to be your friend, I just don't want to be your friend. That's too much. Who else want to come up? Anybody else want to come up? That's because she was still kicking with Simon and husband. Porsha put her hands on 3 different people. One thing was shown during a reunion that happened during, Porsha, I mean, I used to be a avid Porsha fan myself. But Porsha is a mess. Did I mute you? Or did you mute it? Okay. Oh, I didn't mute you. But yeah, I'm not, team Porsha, like I said, because I know who she is and how she operate. I have enough confidence. If you want to come back up, you can. If you want to come on back up, you can. Smart cookie.
Lakeysha, why did you get sued by Concordia University? That's what the people want to know.
Who is this?
Who is Concordia University and why did they file a lawsuit against you?
Girl, if you don't get your weird. Who is girl, she blocked. Girl, get out of here. Y'all, these people be weird. Do y'all got anything better to do? Anybody else want to come up that ain't weird? What she do to Dennis' mama was the last straw. Somebody said what she did to Dennis' mama was the last straw. Child, somebody said drop the link. Okay, let me get it. All right, y'all, let me get the link. Yeah, Porsha is disrespectful as heck. Disrespectful as heck. Let me drop the link, y'all. There we go. Yeah, Porsha is a mess, y'all. But I mean, it is what it is. Somebody said Lily said we all used to love Porsha, but when she did that yes, and I don't know, y'all know what the Porsha Family Matters. You back. Y'all know what the Porsha Family Matters, y'all. We didn't see everything because they said Porsha acted a fool. Porsha acted a fool. Who was that one to come? Okay, let me add you back. You back?
Yeah, I'm back. I don't believe Porsha gonna be invited back next season because I don't believe that she gave what they were looking for her to give. And someone put in the comments that, Porsha was lying saying that PJ was asking about Simon. I don't believe that at all. That PJ was not asking about no Simon. And why is she calling him Papa or Grandpa, whatever Porsha said? I think Porsha, her era is over. I think she has been exposed for who she really is. And when you are, a person like Porsha, it will all come to the light no matter what. It was very nasty and dirty what she did to Nene, who was, an advocate for her. All of them have been on the upshots. I've even seen Kenya on there. So why Porsha feel like no one else is supposed to have other opportunities other than she, I do not know. And why would she do that to Nene, who is the person that really made Real Housewives of Atlanta what it is? So yeah, I don't think that she should be coming back. I think, we want to know some of the things that has happened to her. I think that we did like in the YouTube, but on the show, she's not a good role model. I don't want my daughter seeing her, looking up to her at all. And I just really hope that Shamea buys her house when it goes into foreclosure.
Not Shamea. Well, you know what? I don't know. Did you get a chance to watch Carlos King interview with Drew? Because Drew said it. Drew said, Porsha was hired and what she was supposed to bring, she didn't bring. So I think everybody is kind of feeling that like, dang, Porsha, what's really going on? And I originally thought that it was a gag order. And somebody asked me about that. And I was like, you know what? She actually can say Simon's name. There's no gag order. So it's just her not wanting to talk about it. And it's like, girl, you own a reality show. So I don't know what's going to happen with Porsha. She really didn't give what was supposed to give. It is what it is. And, with regards to the situation with her daughter, let me just tell you what I didn't like about that. He has kids. What about his kids that couldn't come over to the house that he has to pay the mortgage on?
She did that with Cordell too. She is a very selfish, self-absorbed person, and we are seeing her for who she really is. And I stopped liking Porsha when she announced that she was gonna marry Simon. That's when it was over for me. I just did not like her anymore. I like the densiness. I think that she's a very beautiful woman, but when she started doing all this extra stuff, and I couldn't no more with her. I just couldn't.
Right. Yeah, that as far as saying, Pilar wanted to, I'm like, girl, that don't even make sense because you want him to be concerned, about your daughter, but yet and still he has his own children that can't even come to the house. Like, what did you expect he was gonna say? I think in all honesty, I feel like she was looking for, sympathy from the audience. Cause it's like, girl, what do you expect this man to say? He can't even come to his own house.
And sympathy from the castmates. But this is what I want to know. Simon has a big family and he has lots of children. How is she able to bully those kids out of their inheritance, which would be that house? How is she able to stop
Well,
them from coming over?
Well, the thing about it is because of the court order. So, with regards to the court order, he can't be on the premises. But from what I've been told, if Simon, well, I guess now he probably just gonna let the house go, just let the house go. But I was also told if it came down to that his kids is gonna get involved because whatever, property he owned, it very well can go to his kids. Like, why would he give somebody he was married to for what, not even 2 years? He gonna just give her something and her daughter as if he don't have his own kids. But Porsha is not a good person because I also went back and watched the interview with Cordell because y'all know, after so many years, you kind of forget about that kind of stuff. The way that she treated Cordell's son, y'all, I was just like, wow. Cordell said that was the main reason why he divorced Porsha was how she treated his son. He said that Porsha would allow her brother and all her family to come over the house and, have a good time. He said as soon as it was time for his son to have a birthday party, she did not want. I'm just like, wow. So he said after that, it's just like he was done with her.
I blame the men in these situations. I blame these men. You want these women because of the ocular. You want these men because what you think they look like on side of you, and not
Right.
even looking into the character, not even doing any background on who these people are, because pretty has nothing to do with integrity or, having that motherly instinct. And those are things that they should look for in a person, especially after they have children. But I hear you saying that Simon cannot come on the property, but why can't his kids come to that property? Why don't they have the key or the key code to get in the door? Why aren't the mothers of his children handling business for their children's inheritance? Why isn't his children's legacy, their inheritance being, you know, why is there no one stepping up on those children's behalf?
Well, I think at this point, because it's a divorce situation, it's really not that the mothers can, you know what I mean? This is a divorce between him and her. It's really nothing for them to,
Absolutely.
do
The
it.
wife does come first. You're right about that. So
It
I
ain't.
blame the men. I blame the men for
Oh,
picking.
absolutely. Absolutely. You know what they say, a big butt and a smile. Stop looking at booties and you know what I mean? Look at the brain. But that's typical men.
And I seen she had her whole family over there on her Instagram. She had her whole family over there for Mother's Day.
Dennis, all in the man house cooking, just being so disrespectful.
I know
Just
Simon is angry. I know he is gritting his teeth somewhere, but I cannot wait, and I hope there is a plot twist. Like I said, I would love to see Shamea buy that house and make Porsha work 7 years to get it back.
I said I hope she buy it and rent it to Fallon.
Wouldn't that be
Buy
fantastic?
it and rent it to Fallon. Now that would be funny.
So Fallon can have all of her children and her the help and they children up in that house too.
Right. Now, Lily, now that is true. Porsha even said that she was with 𝐿_Kelly. Like, girl, stop telling us. We don't want to know. Like, Porsha did say
And
she
you know
was.
what else? Allegedly they're saying she's with the president of Nigeria. Why would that man want Porsha? Does he not know about
Because
her
you
history?
said it, you just said it because men don't care. They don't like they men, the average man, they looking at your looks, your butt, and all the stuff that they should look at. And that's why Simon is in the situation he in because of his bad mistakes that he made. That's how they are. They don't consider what they should consider. They're looking at the wrong thing.
So sad. And I hated that a lot of people in our chats will say, "Oh, well, these people got what y'all wish y'all could have." They don't know what we have. I myself have been a Jet Beauty of the Week. I am educated. This started off as a hobby for me. I like doing this. I like connecting with like-minded people, and I like making money off of my thoughts and my opinions. So for people in the chat that assume that we haven't lived a life like this or that we're not currently living a life like this is just beyond me.
Porsha is embarrassed because she thought that she would be living lavish to become the fan favorite. Porsha quit all her jobs. Now, why?
That was
Why Porsha
crazy.
quit all her jobs?
Because because she's dense, like I said before, and she believed that Simon had all the money and she was not listening to anything that she said. She thought she was going to be the African queen of Atlanta with the man with the most money. Because remember, they also said allegedly that Porsha had messed with one of Simon's cousins, and that's how she had got that Rolls Royce. Do you remember that?
Right. And I don't know if you remember this. Fallon came out and said that she was surprised that Simon would even talk to Porsha because he talked about her and said she looked like a pig. Do y'all remember that?
Ooh, I
Yeah.
don't remember that one, but I could hear him saying that. But I think Simon had his agenda too with getting with Porsha. I believe that he thought that him being on the show would bring him some more wealth, and he didn't even think about his past.
Oh, absolutely. And see, the thing with that is, I believe they kind of used each other. I believe she used him because she knew that she can get the money, but you got to also understand he wanted to give her the money. It's not like she swindled him because I believe he really wanted to be on the show too. You see what I'm saying? So really they kind of played each other, and that's just pretty much it.
Do you believe that Porsha mama allegedly raised her to be this type of woman?
So this is what I believe. You don't have to come out and tell your child, your daughter, I want you to be a hoe. But if you tell your daughter, certain things, you make sure you get you a man with a lot of money. I
Yeah.
mean, it's the way that you say it, which yes, you can. You can. You see what I'm saying? I believe that you can put that in people's mind. You don't have to necessarily say be a hoe, but if you say make sure your man got this and that. Now I get it. You want somebody with some kind of financial resources, but please don't let that be everything. Because I mean, if that's all you want, you can really find somebody, but you should also tell her that, I mean, you married a man that had been married how many times, and you thought for some reason that you were going to be treated. We saw how Simon dragged Fallon. Okay. So you saw how he dragged her, and then he drugged you too. So she thought for some reason that she was going to get special treatment. I don't know. So
A
I
lot of
believe,
women think like that. A lot of women think, "Oh, well, I'm better. I'm prettier. I have less children than she does. I'm the better
right,
woman." It's
right.
the character of the man. It has nothing to do with you. It's that man. It's his character and his lack of character that makes the situation the way that it is, because he was basically, like you said, saying the same thing about Porsha. Oh, she was cheating on me. Why is everybody cheating on you? Do you have a little Tootsie Roll in between your pants? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Everybody's cheating on you, Simon. Why? Not with all that money. Who wants to get caught up
Let me
with all of that money?
let me just tell you why I know that it can happen, because I grew up and I spent a lot of time at my grandmother's house. I wanted to stay at my grandmother's house because at my house I was the oldest. Like everybody at my house I was 6 years older than them. So imagine I was 12 and my sister was 6. You see what I'm saying? So I wanted to be over my aunt's house because I'm 6 now and then they're 12. So they were more my age. So in watching my aunts, and this is why I was really peculiar with my daughter, she ain't go over people's house because y'all wasn't teaching her nothing. So when I would see my aunts date, they would always date the bad kind of guys, the street pharmacist type of guys.
Uh-huh.
So they would always date them. So me growing up was thinking, okay, those are the type of guys. It took me to get into my mid-30s to realize, no, these ain't it. You see what I'm saying? So it's
Yeah,
like you grow up and you watch what's in front of you. And if someone is not teaching it to you, but imagine your mama saying, get you a man with money. Yeah, you're gonna grow up and be a hoe. I mean, it's a given. You cannot be something different other than what you're being taught. You definitely can't be nothing different than what you're seeing, and you really a product of your environment. So I absolutely believe that her mama taught her that, because if you even look at Portia mama, like some of the stuff she wear, I'm like, lady,
how
how old?
old are you? And why did her mama allegedly have some surgery? She didn't went and laid on the table too, because her mama looks very differently from when we saw her on that white couch that Cordell had eating that pizza. She
Right,
looked
and right. And at some point, like, not saying that, when you get older, you don't, but I'm not going to be 65 talking about getting some surgery done. No, I'm not doing it. You know what I mean? So it's just like some of the stuff you got to know that she got it from her mother. And also, too, in the court filing that Simon did, he said that her mama boyfriend came to his house with an armed man. Why is her mama in the midst of that? Like she should be like, trying to talk her daughter to have peace and not, to be going somewhere with somebody with a pow. So what if Simon would have thought that they're trying to do something to him? So it just seemed like her mama is in the mix with everything. And it just seems like, you know, I mean, think about it, y'all. Simon said that her mama is a problem, and so did Cordell. So it's like two people are saying the same thing. So I believe that her mother is definitely a driving force in who she is. And unfortunately, Porsha listening to her mama, and it's like, girl, at some point you have to grow up and kind of realize that, let your mother be who she is, and you need to, live your life the way, and maybe, this is what Porsha wants to do.
But maybe Portia knows that she's not smart enough not to be without a handler. She has to have her handler right there with her to make sure she makes all the right decisions. So it's like at one point, like you said, at what point, when do you take over your own life, especially now that you're a mother? Are you
Right.
going to teach PJ to be the same thing? And I think that her mother wants to reap the benefits of whatever Portia has hanging over, whatever is left over, whatever
Right.
that's overflowing from her cup, her mom is right there to grab and to catch it all. So when
Right.
Portia comes up, this Portia helps the mom come up.
Look at this. Portia keeps her house and then her mama move in it. Now, the house that Portia has in Duluth, it's a nice size house. Why would her mother want to live there? I mean, you're living in a what, five bedroom home by yourself. Like, why are you living there? Like, it just Like you
Because
said,
all they family coming over, all they want, because they want, you know how some people just have to be that person in the family where they like to take pride in saying, well, I did this, I'm having it at my house. Oh, we can have it at my house. And everyone can always come over to their house. They just like being that person. And
yeah.
in my opinion, and I honestly believe that once she lost those daycares, I really believe she just didn't have no more money anymore. So Porsha was next in line. Porsha, it's your turn. You got to make the money for us. You got to make it happen for us. Let me push you to the front. Let me give you the game plays. You're going to get with this man, that man. This how we going to keep money and keep all this legacy of my dad, Hosea Williams. Because we got an image to uphold because of who he is. So Porsha, now it's your turn to get out there and make money. And soon, Lord have mercy, it's gonna be little PJ turn to get out there and make some money.
Oh, you said little PJ. Lily said, I honestly do not believe she ever loved Simon. So I don't know if y'all watch
No,
Nene's podcast. That lady didn't like that man because for one, you talking about he got ED, but you married him and he had ED. So you married a man to his thing don't work, and now you complaining that he got girl. What you marry him for? Like
do you remember when she was trying to get a baby with Simon? And I think Fallon came out and said that she don't know that Simon has had a vasectomy. Ain't no babies coming.
well, so this is what I heard. And I don't remember if somebody I don't remember where I got this from, to be honest. What I was told is that they were using a surrogate or something like that. So they were in the process of having a child. Somebody told me that they had and I guess so Porsha filed for divorce, and what I was told is she was still going to try to move forward with having a baby because now she's trying to get child support. They said Simon had to go and like get a court order or something and have the eggs or something destroyed. So it's
Yeah,
Porsha
she real grimy.
failing miserably. Like she's the worst person to try to scam somebody, and it's like, girl, it's just I don't know. Porsha back to the streets, back to the streets.
Yeah, she is really grimy and she is too old to be anybody's sugar baby. She better go back to Ricky Smiley and beg him and ask him if she can have that job back.
Girl, that's over. They got who on there now? They got a bunch of people. Porsha is done. So I don't know. And I don't know who somebody said, do I don't know. I don't know if she's gonna come back next season. Who knows? Who knows? I mean, she didn't really give anything to me. I
Yeah,
mean, she didn't
the
give
fans
nothing.
are not happy with her. If anything, she tarnished her image because
Right,
the show is about housewives. And,
right.
no wife is going to side with you being going from a wife to being a side chick. She should have tried to stick with her wholesome image that she originally had. And then it just started, coming out who she really was slowly by slowly. After she left Cordell, got with the guy Todd from high school. And I don't know if y'all remember this, and someone said this in the chat, and I've said this before, but you remember Porsha was jealous when Lauren got pregnant. Porsha is jealous of these
Mhm.
people. She is.
You know what? Who was the very first person to really say who Porsha was? Nene said it, but then I was like, I don't know, because Nene be playing too. And then Candy said it, right? Then we also saw how Porsha did her own assistant. You see what I'm saying? So
Remind
Porsha,
me, who was her assistant? I don't remember. Who was her assistant?
I can't remember her name, but she
Because
had like
I always saw Lauren there as her assistant.
somebody said no one wants her mess. I think Bravo will bring her back due to Phaedra being back. Give them a yeah, well, we'll see. Cause I mean, I like Phaedra too, but hopefully Phaedra give us something. Yeah, that's who it was. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I hear that Phaedra's gonna give Angela Oakley a run. I would love to see that. That's gonna be so interesting because Angela is very swift. She's very witty. She's quick witted. Angela, she brings it. She would have done really good with Nene. I believe that you can believe the things that Nene says. Everything that Nene has said for the most part when she wasn't playing a game, like
Right.
how she told us, she said Kenya is very in love.
Right.
Nothing about Mark being in love, but Kenya is very in love, you know. So I believe almost everything that Nene has said has been true.
Yeah,
And I really hate this for Porsha. She's really, you know, she was one of my favorites too, but now that she's done all this dirt, I don't look at her. She is just trash along with the other trash mates that have been on this show. And I really don't care to see her anymore.
right. I mean, I was team Porsha, but I think Porsha would have been better if she would have just owned who she is. But even if you recall when her and what's her name, Shamea sat down, Porsha was like, just own it. Just, she does. Porsche don't own who she is. And I believe because she don't own it, it's hard for people to kind of like, gravitate to her. I think she losing fans. I don't know what y'all think.
Oh yeah, she couldn't be a grown woman and sit there and have a grown woman conversation, left all that good food on the table. I'm like, y'all ain't gonna take one bite of the mac and cheese. And she was just doing too much. And she should have just, apologized to Shamea. And I feel like Shamea should have said, forget this. Porsha is, she's my friend. But as a married woman, I'm taking a stance. And I would have told Angela, I'm sorry. And I wouldn't be backing Porsha up anymore.
Now, I'm glad you said that because have you saw Carlos King interview with Drew? Have you saw that?
Yes, I did.
Now, okay, so did you hear the part where Drew goes and starts talking about Shamea and how it all started between Shamea and Porsha? See, what y'all got to understand is when they play the episodes, it could have happened later, but they'll like play the episode earlier. So I said that to say Shamea sat down with them and she told them everything. So Drew actually says it in the when she sat down with Carlos King. So what ended up happening is, remember when Shamea took Porsha's side and she was like, really, when she said that about Angela's husband?
Mm-hmm.
Angela said, okay, Shamea. So I think when, Shamea sat down and she told them all the stuff about Porsha, Angela had one up on her because then Shamea had told them about the stuff with Porsha, and that's kind of how it got out. So if Shamea would have played her cards right and said, Porsha, you was out of order, then, possibly, Angela wouldn't have said nothing. But yeah, Shamea actually told them that, which I don't understand why she just won't own it and say, hey, I said it. But yeah, Shamea actually
Because
told.
she don't want us to think that she's a villain. I
Well,
believe
and that's what Drew said, though. Drew said that Shamea was concerned about how she was going to be perceived on the show because she didn't want to make it seem like she was a friend of Porsha's and now she's on the show. She didn't want to seem like she was coming after Porsha, but she also said that she did have some issues with some things that had happened in their relationship. That's what she said.
now
Yeah, that's what she said.
if Porsha would have been a real friend to Shamea and kept it a buck and not being in all this competition, they could have really ran this show because I loved it. I love their camaraderie. I love their loyalty, or what appeared to be loyalty. Like when they went to the Christmas party years ago, and they just seemed so close, and it was all close and all good until Shamea is on your level and she's on the show, or what it appears to us, the fans, because we don't know all of the things that she was doing, right? But once we see who Shamea really is, Shamea really got the money. She really got the man. Like, this is her real life, and her husband is not a scammer. It was all fun and games until all of that was revealed. And I just think that Porsha just could not handle it. I believe that it's time for Shamea to cut the cord on that friendship, find some new friends. Look, Cynthia was begging to be friends with her. Even though, there's an age gap. But, I just think that Shamea, she's in a whole different lane. And I think she needs to get in a league with other women that are not her, not that are more so like her and not like who she used to be whenever she was kicking it with Porsha.
Right. I mean, you can go back to Real Housewives of Atlanta when Shamea got married, and then you have Candy sitting at the table, you have Carmen, you have Porsha, you have Shamea, and Candy was like, she be dogging Shamea out. So it's like, this is kind of like, I feel like, I feel like Porsha doesn't like it that Shamea people like Shamea, and Porsha came back and was supposed to have been doing all this. We ain't saw shit, but everybody like, oh, we like Shamea. Like Shamea is a real housewife, and I think that's a problem for her because I believe Porsha likes to be the number one girl. If y'all remember, before Candy left the show, they were saying Porsha wanted to come back, but she wanted to be the highest paid. You know what I mean? So it's just like, girl.
Yeah, Portia has really, someone has put a battery in her back. Someone has really gotten in her head and told her that she was more than what she is. And it's really unfortunate where if she would have, I mean, I just think about, they said allegedly she slept with Bolo on the show. I mean, just all these nasty things that she's done. If I was Shamea, I would, I would cut ties with Portia and I would go on with my nannies and my rich lifestyle, looking cute every day. And I would just turn that page on that chapter with Portia because Portia is gonna make her image look bad. That's why we were starting to think that Shamea and Portia were the same person. I mean, Shamea looks like she comes from a wholesome family. I love it that her parents are still together. They look so cute. I love it that Shamea is that girl in real life and Portia is the she is the impersonator.
Right. So, well, this is the thing. In terms of them being similar, I'm gonna just be honest with you. It would be hard to have a friendship that you don't have any similarities. Like, I'm just gonna speak for myself. Like, I have had friends that I've said we just don't have shit in common. Like, I don't know if you've ever did that, but I've had friends that I said I don't have nothing in common with y'all no more. And I didn't tell them I didn't want to be their friend, but when they would invite me to stuff, I wouldn't show up. And eventually I moved about life without involving them because I feel like in order to be a friend, y'all have to have similarities. So I do believe that they at some point had some similarities. I do believe that. I believe that they had some similarities. I mean, even if that's, hooking up, trying to go find a rich man, because we know that Shamea, based on what she said, her first husband was rich. Now, you just don't find rich men like that. You have to set out to meet them. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You
you have to have a plan to meet with men. Absolutely.
you don't walk outside and meet a rich man. If you want to meet a rich man, you say, okay, what type of man am I looking for? Okay, those men be over there. You don't just find a rich man just by doing your regular stuff. You have to have a plan for that. So I believe that they absolutely hooked up to find the rich men. Yes, I believe that.
And there's absolutely nothing wrong. Our daughters deserve to be with rich men
Right.
too. There's absolutely nothing, especially
And I love that for Shamea. Now for Porsha, I don't.
well, especially for Portia and Shami, and the reason why is because Portia has some celebrity to her with her grandfather's name, so they are supposed to be a part of Atlanta's elite. So yes, they should be only dating men that are on their level. I agree with that. And for women that are not as wealthy or not elite as Shamia and Portia's family, I believe that I believe that you should put your daughters in place, especially if they're super beautiful. Yes, you
Right.
should put your daughters in the place to meet men like that because hey, we as black women, we deserve lavish lifestyles too. We shouldn't be working. If I was Shamia, and that's what separates the girls from the women. Yes, like you said, I have had friends that I've outgrown. Yes, and we were similar at one time or another, maybe in college. And yes, I did hang out with hoes, but I wasn't doing the stuff that they were doing. I was just benefiting off of what they were doing, kind of like a Miss Diane, getting in places for free because my friend already paid the price. But what I'm saying is this. I feel that Shamea should close that chapter on Portia. She's no longer like Portia. They not like us. Portia is not like her. She has a real rich man. She has children. She's steady growing her family. And I don't think she needs to be in the company of sluts like Portia that is still out here being somebody's sugar baby in her mid-40s.
Yeah, so I mean, now with weave and everything, it's like everybody pretty. So I don't even know how people look no more. So listen, everybody.
It's not that it's not affordable where you can't buy it to make yourself pretty.
And I also feel like, everything is not in your looks because some of the prettiest people are dumb as hell. Like, don't think that you gonna meet somebody that's doing everything and you just finna sit around and complain all day. Like you literally, if you have a man that's rich and he's doing everything, can you please make the house nice? Can you be nice? Can you, not be a pain in the ass? You know what I mean? Like you got to bring something to the situation too. I'm sick of women thinking that beauty or they're pretty is everything. Because guess what? Now, you know what men can do? They can go on Instagram and they can find somebody to look better than you. So, they got to get out of that
And
thinking
the
that.
black men are starting to upgrade on their wives, just like the white men were doing before. But what women have to understand, and especially like these Generation X, I'm a millennial. What these Generation X, I get what y'all saying. Y'all was lost in the sauce about that Bill Cosby get an education, but that does not matter to men. And you have to listen. If you want to be in the company of these rich men, you have to listen to what they're saying they want and what they think, because it's valid points, because this is what they want. They don't care about those things. They want you looking good and they don't want you lazy. You don't necessarily need to be their competition. They don't want you to be their competition. They want you keeping their house good. And I hate to say it because I'm a woman that has been with a rich man. They want you to turn a blind eye to a lot of the bullshit that they do too. And if you're not that type of woman that's set up and ready to turn a blind eye to the things that they do, maybe it's not for you to be with a rich man. But there is more to it than just looking good and being with the rich man. There are some things that they want you to do. A lot of them want you to be seen and not ever heard. A lot of them don't want you to be an independent, critical thinker. You got to keep all that to yourself if you have all those things. Trust me, I know, because I have been with them before.
Right. And you're right. And you know what? I'm gonna just be honest with y'all. Sometimes I don't want to use my brain. So I can do that. Like I cannot use it. When you got to figure out everything, I want to be like, yeah, what you said. No,
Exactly. It's exhausting, right? It is
look, I
exhausting.
can do that for listen. If you want me to play, I can play dub. You want listen.
Okay,
You
I will be whatever you want me to be, daddy. What do the African men say? Yes, I will be your good girl.
have no idea, child. I get tired of being a lady sometimes. Then I gotta, because sometimes people try to run over you. But look, I don't have no problem with because I know who I am. Listen, you pay these bills, boy. I don't got no problem with that.
Well, Lakeysha, thanks for having me up. I'm gonna go on ahead and drop down and make sure my kids get their
Okay.
dinner.
All right.
But
Nice.
I appreciate you so much, and I love the show. Keep the content going and turn a blind eye to the haters.
Girl, okay. Thank you.
Bye bye.
What you said, well, when you think the Underground Railroad is a train, stop. Yeah, poor Cordell. I believe this is when the divorce proceedings began. Well, Cordell said one of he said the reason that he decided to move forward with divorcing Porsha was because of the way she treated his son. Now, I know he said that because when I was doing a video, I think it was last week, I ran across his video. Cordell said he just didn't like the way that Porsha treated his son. He said that was like it. He said the simple fact that Porsha was allowing Bravo to come in the house, her mama, everybody in her family, but she had an issue with his son having a birthday party. And he said, listen, I bought the house for that reason. He said, that was when I knew I was ready to let her go. But he also said that Porsha had been telling him for he said months that if he wanted to get a divorce because she couldn't do it because she didn't have the money. So when Porsha gave y'all that story saying that she found out about her divorce online, that was really a lie, because she didn't know that he was filing that day, but she knew it was coming because he said, she had been asking him to do it for months. Yep. Well, y'all, I'm about to get up out of here, and I'm gonna play my song here. So, like I said originally, if y'all looking for some beats for y'all channel, if y'all want y'all a theme song or something like that, go ahead and take a snapshot of this. Hit April up. There go her information right there. She has different prices. If you text Keysha Love to 904-554-5447, she can, she can help y'all out. Like I said, with my song that she created for me, I did not tell her what to do. I didn't do anything. She created it and she sent it to me. So if y'all got some stuff that y'all want her to do,
𝐬𝐮𝐻𝐭, queen of the plot.